Oh yeah, so we wait for the last candidate. Thanks to Emil who started the broadcasting to YouTube. Yeah, so mhm, yeah. So there are quite many of us. It's great, I guess. It would be also great if or you have a chance to switch on your cameras. I guess it would be like more alive, I would say. Yeah. So my name is Daria. I'm the member of the Electoral Commission of the Students of Government at Higher School of Economics. And today I will be the moderator of your debates. It's great to see you all today. And hopefully it will be useful for you. So a bit about how we are going to work today. Firstly, there will be the part of getting acquainted. You will have 1 minute and a half to introduce yourself, explain who you are and why you're going to the student council. Then we will discuss some questions that the Electoral Commission has prepared. They are more about the students of government, and you will have 2 minutes to answer them, each of you. Then there will be the part of you asking the questions to each other. You will have about a minute to ask a question and about 2 minutes to answer them. And finally, we will look at the questions from the broadcasting because maybe, there will be some people who will be watching it and will be having questions for you. So that's how we are going to work. Yeah, and and I guess we can start with getting acquainted. So I see Ranjit has a camera, so probably you can start. You have 1 minute and a half.
Yes, hi everybody. My name is Ranjit Yadav. I'm 35 years old. Originally, I'm from Nepal. Currently, I'm in Vietnam. I'm moving to Moscow next month. I've lived in Moscow, Russia for 7 years before I moved to Vietnam. Currently, I'm working here as a director of business development in a garment factory. It's been a year I've been working here, and before that, I worked in Moscow in a school named Raw Mind, and I understand it's a massive transformation in my career and my life in recent past. However, it's going to go back, and Mother Russia is calling me back. So I'm going to be there in Russia very soon, and I would love to meet all of the colleagues, friends, and everybody at the university. That's all about me. I like to travel a lot. I've traveled extensively since I moved to Vietnam. I've traveled to 4 countries, and I am studying masters in international business. That makes me an ideal candidate for this position, considering I'm studying masters in business, and we have all the international students in here. So hi again, everyone, and I will hand it over back to you, Daria. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So the next one probably Ramadan Ishiko. It's your turn, I guess.
Yes, I'm having issues with my camera. I'm still setting it, but would you permit me to, as I'm setting it, to talk about myself, to give introduction about myself?
Well, I guess you can have some time, and make something with your camera, and come back to you. So over here probably then.
Yep. Hi everyone there. My name is Juhir Usmanov. I'm the student of. I'm a freshman, and I'm from an educational program called Political Science. Yeah, I'm so sorry. The main idea why I'm here, because I'm a bilingual. I think it's a big advantage for me. I barely speak in English, and also I use Russian on everyday basis. Like, yep. And the second thing is that I always help my friends, and mostly they are foreign students. I think it would be better if I would help a lot of foreign students, not only for them. I met one girl in the camp called Voronova, and she said me that she faces with a lot of like crucial things. It was like it was the force that made that why I'm here. I think there are a lot of problems related with foreign students, but I hope that all our candidates, and including me, we will make our atmosphere more friendly, because
You have like 10 minutes, 10 seconds to finish.
Yep, because Hase is the place for education, and education for all people, and it's not related to their nationality. Thanks.
Yeah, great, thanks. Yeah, so then probably Amir, take the floor. Amir, sorry, are you with us? Well, yeah, probably some troubles. Yeah, then Sari, maybe. Yeah, take the floor. Yeah, Sarim, are you with us?
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, let's start.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, I just joined a little late. So can you please tell what the discussion was about?
Yeah, you have 1 minute and a half to introduce yourself, explain like who you are and why you are going to the student council.
No. So my name is Mohammad Salim Jalal, and I'm from Pakistan. Currently, first year master students in the degree program of business analytics and big data systems. Can you people hear me properly?
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay. So yeah. So this is the basic introduction of mine, and why I am a candidate for these elections. This is because I see a space. I see a space in the integration of the national students. You see, like there are a lot of almost around 5,000 national students in higher school of economics, but we don't see any cohesion among them. They are all scattered. You see, and when they are all scattered, both parties face a problem. The higher school of economics face some problems, and the national students also face a problem. So this is like my main motive, to not only integrate international students among themselves, but to integrate them into the university life as well. Yeah, so that's why I just applied for this council.
Yeah, great. Thanks a lot. Then we can turn to Harjit, maybe.
Let me just give introduction about myself. I'll be setting my camera along the way. A brief introduction of myself. Well, my name is Isiko Ramadan, and I come from, currently I'm doing my master's in population and development at HSE University. And I come from a very beautiful country called Uganda. And I'll be at this university for 2 years. I'm also in my first year. Well, very fast, I'm very passionate about the issues of human rights and gender equality, having done this work previously with the National Human Rights Commission in Uganda, where I did my training before I came for my master's. So I'm driven to run for this office, spanning from the experiences that I have gained. I have visited over 18 countries, lived in over 3 continents, and well, I think I have all the, first of all, the passion and I would say the zeal and experience that I would need to do this work with. My candidature is premised on ensuring inclusive policies and support for international students at the High School of Economics. I'll come back and give reasons why, really, the concrete reasons why I'm running. Thank you so much.
Perfect timing. Thank you. Then, Harjit-san, could you please tell us too? Is it all right? Yeah, with your microphone or something?
Yeah, could you hear me?
Yeah.
Good. So my name is Harjit Singh from India, and right now I'm studying political science, politics, economics, and philosophy at master first year. And the reason are, as I discussed in my manifesto, that there are several reasons, but the main reason is the integration, the transnational university project that I am hoping and I am passionate about. Do that so we can invite more students who are struggling in the war-torn country, because I believe the youth is the, you can say, the have the capacity to make the changes, necessary changes. And as I have a personal experience simultaneous with the European countries, Russia is far better in giving the opportunity regardless of your financial background or whatever nation you belongs to. And I wanted to exercise this liberty given by the Russian government to enhance the integration of those students, especially in those war-torn areas. And how I'm going to do that is through the transnational alliances with the university, like organizing a Zoom webinar, something like that. So the student will get to know that, yeah, we are having such schemes, we are having a lot of scholarship for you, but we don't have the candidate who are applying for it, or we don't have the enough candidate applying for it. So when they will get to know the information, perhaps those potential candidates will apply for it and come here. And after they come here, we will integrate them with the Russian culture rather than their own separate country's culture. Because what happens is that whenever you try to integrate the individual, they integrate in their groups, and instead of assimilating with the Russian reality.
You have 10 seconds to finish your speech.
Sure. They integrate with their own reality, and my ambition is to integrate with the Russian reality, so they will be more comfortable in exercising their right and their nationality and their own views with the Russian reality. That's it.
Yeah, great, thanks. Then we have, then you can, Amir, I guess
Hello.
you have, hi.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Amik. I am from Pakistan. Here I am admitted in economics policy, and joining the student council provide me an opportunity to make a positive impact on the school community. For instance, as a member, I can organize events that promote inclusivity and school spirit, voice of student consent to administration, and contribute to strong, important decision making. That is my introduction.
Great, thanks a lot. Then we have some new candidates also here. Guys, hi. So the idea is that now we have such part of the debates as getting introduced. You have to explain like who you are, why you're going to the student council, and you have 1.5 minutes to have your speech. So probably Bayan Nabzar, take the floor.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, great. I hope you can see me as well. Hi, everyone. My name is Bayan. I am a third-year student from Jordan. I major in information security. I've always wanted to be part of something as cool as the Student Council. When I first came to Moscow, I came alone. And as an international student from a non-Russian speaking country in my major, it was really difficult to assimilate because I didn't know about all the services and all the international, students and the clubs that are in the university. So I would like to be part of, changing that and making for a better adaptation process and integration for the international students who come to HSC, and to introduce them to the international community and make their time in HSC more enjoyable. That's all.
Great, thanks a lot. Then Bakari, probably, yeah, your turn.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Bakari. I am from the Gambia, West Africa, and currently I am a second-year master's student doing my master's in international management. I also serve as the president of the Association of African Students at HSE. My reason for wanting to join the International Student Council is because of my track record on student representation in Russia. I am also the current president of the Gambian students in Russia, and I have also served as a member of the student council at my previous university, at Tiva State University, where I was doing my bachelor's degree. My ability to speak different languages, English, French, Russian included, some Spanish, I think would be a very good asset to the International Student Council, because I will be able to speak to the students in the language they understand more, to understand their problem, and I am always ready to serve when called. I believe that I will be of a great value to the team. That is the reason why I strive to join the council. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. And the last, yeah, I guess the last candidate, Eugenia, are you with us?
Yes, I am, definitely. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. So my name is Eugenia, and just like Bakari, I'm also a member of the African Students Association here. And I'm just really concerned about the student council. It fascinates me. And since I've been here in Moscow, I've always wanted to be part of such an organization, and whatever I can do to help to grow the university, make students' life better. I've always tried to put myself in such situations. So I'm just excited to be here and just know what's in store. Thank you.
Yeah, great. Thanks a lot. So, yeah, as far as I see, all of you, had a chance to introduce yourself, and it's great that, you are really passionate about, helping international students. That's, a great mission. And now I suggest us to turn to the questions that the Electoral Commission has prepared. So you will have 2 minutes for your answer, and again I will fix the time and alarm when the time will be getting over. And so the first question I suggest you to answer is, what do you think is the main problem of the international students community in higher school of economics? So there are many problems, but what's the main one? So probably Sarim, you can start.
Okay. So I'll basically start with the point where I left in my introduction, and that was in integration. International students, like, the first and foremost problem that I believe they face is the integration into the university when they arrive, because there are a lot of bureaucratic processes that international students have to go through, and there are no clear-cut instructions. Like, there are instructions, but they are not that helpful to the students because they are new to the environment. So what happens is that for the first 2-3 months, it's so hectic for them to fulfill all those requirements. Number one. Secondly is that most of the time, the non-academic or extracurricular life of the university is mostly influenced by the non-foreign nationals, or I should say the Russian students. So what happens is that we don't see much of the international students taking part into the competitions, enjoying the events. So they don't enjoy the full essence of university life. So that's basically the second issue that I would like to highlight. Then there can be some other issues, but they are like sort of outliers. And for example, there was like, let's talk about pandemic. During the pandemic, there were some problems that international students might have faced. So keeping them apart, aside, I would like to talk about these 2 points.
Sorry, but you have like 10 seconds to finish.
Yeah. So integration into the extracurricular activities of the university, into the university life, so that apart from their academic, students can also enjoy it. And student can also own this life of the university as well. So that's, I think, is the two major important problems that international students face.
Great, thanks a lot. Then probably Ranjit, yeah, take the floor.
Thank you, Daria. This is a major question for most of the international students, including all the students in the panel and myself. I moved to Russia way back in 2014. Things were really different then, and I'm sure things have changed ever since. And most of the students that I've met, including myself, I think the major problem is uncertainty. So we are not certain about anything, where to go, what to buy, where to live, who to be friends with, where to go hang out, what time, with whom, is it safe or not? Another major reason I think people are concerned being there is the understanding of language and culture, especially for the students who moved from other countries with different cultural backgrounds. So I would address that uncertainty that reflects in their everyday activity, starting from their studies to transport, to their creativity, to their social life. And I am part of that, them. So it's not they versus me, it's about us. Apart from that, I think career development is another major issue for most of the international students, because once we move to Moscow, we have to find some ways to support ourselves, and there's almost no way to find out if we can find some way to support ourselves financially. A lot of students on the panel, they talked about integration. I think we're all adults. We do not need to spoon feed integration. I do not agree with that. People can integrate according to their convenience. However, as council members, we are supposed to speak for them, be their voice if there's any inconvenience they have. And uncertainty is a massive inconvenience that international students face, especially when they're abroad. So that's my
yeah, like a few seconds to finish. Yeah, great. Thanks. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so probably Bayan, take the floor.
As for me, I think one of the major issues that international students face is that you see, part of studying abroad, I would say for bachelor students, I'm speaking for bachelors, part of going abroad is for you to come back with new experiences, with a new language, with something that you wouldn't have had if you were back home. So I think a major part of this is language and culture. So for master students, for postgraduate students, I think it's maybe not as important to integrate yourself in that, but I think for bachelor students, for someone who comes here 17 or 18, going back to their country, having learned the language and having acquired some sort of cultural experiences and some sort of university experience abroad is very important, because you don't want the student to go out of their country into another country and come back the same. This is something that even my parents have told me many, many times. So I think it's important to, introduce students to the possibilities of language learning in university, like the possibility of learning language after a preparatory year, and the existence of a Russian-speaking club. It's not known, and also to introduce them to the existence of like cultural clubs, because when I joined, I did not know about that. I was drowning in schoolwork, and I only started to know about this in the midst of my second year. So if I had known about that beforehand, my experience would have been more, would have been easier. So yeah.
Yeah, great, thanks a lot. Then Eugenia, probably we can turn to you.
Yes, most definitely. I think my colleagues have spoken a lot about the language barrier that comes with being an international student here in Russia and also in HSC. But one thing the second speaker said the most I can identify with is the uncertainty that comes with being a student here. You literally sometimes do not know who to speak to about what problem. And I feel that it's not just me, most people have these problems, especially new students. Most of them in their first year, it could be the master's program or bachelor's program or even PhD. You're just confused generally. You don't know who to talk to, what information do you need, what documents do you need to submit for this kind of documents you need to go and get. Where do you even go to? How do you navigate going outside? How do you even use a metro system? It's all so much of a confusion, and it all boils back to having public relations and having publicity and having people that can speak to you in a language you can understand. So it all moves around language barrier and speaking to the right people. I also think one major problem that most of us face is being homesick. It's expected, but then it's also a problem because you're far away from home, your friends, and you're taking it difficult to adjust to a new culture, a new environment where you don't speak the language. So finding a community you can rely on is also a huge problem because you don't know. Our hostels are dispersed, they're not at the same place. So you are usually isolated, and sometimes you just don't have anyone to talk to because everyone is literally busy with schoolwork or busy with work, something like this. So I think basically it's three problems: the uncertainty that comes with not knowing who to talk to, where to go to for information. Secondly, being homesick because there's no community that you can rely on if you just want to hang out with a few people just to build friends.
Sorry, few seconds to finish.
Yes, so basically that is all I'm trying to say, that we all have similar challenges as international students. Thank you.
Great, thanks a lot. Yeah, then Bakari, probably you take the floor.
Thank you very much. The biggest challenge I believe that every international student faces at HSE has to do with communication, because HSE sends a lot of information, but these informations are cluttered, like they are not customized to particular students. I believe that this is something that they should really work on, because if students get customized messages, they will be able to know what they should do from the very first day they become student at HSE. Our informations are always mass communication, like they are just for everybody. So I believe that for international students, they should work on a strategy where they would find a form of communication which will be able to help them integrate. Like, for instance, when you came into the university, the very first day, you should have an email that will tell you, okay, go to this address XYZ and submit AYZ documents. When you've done that, probably the next day or the upper day, they will send you another email. Okay, this document has been submitted. Now go do this XY at so address, or contact so and so person for help. Or if you need help on this thing, contact so and so person. But the messages that you generally get from them are always mass communication, and then most of the time you don't even know where to go, because most of the times people that came in here are first-time travelers, or they are here for the very first time, and most of the things are written in a language that they necessarily do not understand. So if they will be having customized email that is specifically for them on the things that they would do, I think that would be a very good way, or a good start for them to adapt. And then secondly, informations are too much, and their mode of communication is mostly on Telegram. people that come from other countries hardly use Telegram. They only use Telegram when they come in here. So it is difficult for them to keep up with the messages that comes on the Telegram. So the university,
like few seconds to finish.
Yeah, the university should look at some other form or medium of sending important messages instead of just using Telegram channels and other stuff. Thank you.
Great, thanks a lot. Yeah, then Ramadan, probably you.
Thank you very much. Well, my colleagues have elaborated on quite a number of things, yeah? So allow me to only talk about 2 or 3 other things. That is financial concerns. As students, we come from very different backgrounds. Some come from well-to-do backgrounds, and some come from a very low, from families with low financial capabilities to support their stay here. You know, financial constraints can significantly impact on students' ability to adapt and thrive in Moscow. Well, I have seen it firsthand. I live with some of these students. I would say I'm also one of them. So I think advocating for accessible financial aid programs and scholarships, specifically aiming at supporting international students, or maybe collaborating local, as a leader, collaborating with the local business entities and organizations to provide part-time job opportunities, you know, to let these students work would be ideal to them as a leader. Then also, I think as international representative, I think really the issue of social integration would sort of be very, very important to students from different parts of the world, you know, by creating a welcoming and inclusive environment. I mean, organizing things like cultural events, workshops, you know, student clubs, to sort of foster social connections and friendships. You know, it would really be important for students to meet people from different corners of the world outside academics, so that they can realize their potentials. You know, I for one, I play keyboard, I play guitar, sometimes I sing. You know, meeting people who share. These are talents that are given by God. Somebody cannot take away from you. Like, it can enable you to even to
Sorry, few seconds to finish.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So then probably Amir, probably you would like to tell something.
Hello. So the cultural adjustment, I think the first problem, adapting to a new culture, environment and social norms can be challenges for us as an international student. This can be impact our ability to form connection with local students, such as I say, we cannot participate gathering events and social event with native persons, native student. So this is also harm our participating in extracurricular activity. So that is the first problem. And second is visa regulation already. Navigating and rushing visa regulations and other legal process is complex and time consuming for all our international student, potentially causing trust and uncertainty. So there should be to-do list or guideline. This can be only done by small mentorship initiative by student council. This could be overcome these problem, I personally say.
Great. Then probably Harjit, your turn. Harjit, are you with us?
Yeah, could you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, wonderful. So what I see the main issue is the integration will always remain the issue, because even the student is arriving here, they tends to form their own groups and live among their own nationalities, that also create a barrier between the engagement with the Russian, because whenever they get in trouble, they don't call the Russian because they haven't met that much Russian even in the university. The second, and that issue also, you can say the source of that issue is in the buddy program that we have. That we have certain student does nominate themselves for the buddy program and does help in the first few weeks, but I find that they are hard to reach if they are not living in the same dormitory, and they are facing hard time when they are trying to connect with them, and sometime when they get in trouble, they could not able to reach them out. And because they don't know the language, it's also create a issue for them in order to, if there is some you can say security issue and they lost the documents, they could not able to reach them out, or if they try to reach them out, they are too far. So what I'm trying to do is that I will try to propose an amendment in the buddy program, that after they get the notification that this is their dorm, we can find is there any individual nominated for the buddy program in their dormitory, because that will be more convenient for them to reach them out and more often, so there will be more assimilation with the actual Russian who are actually nominated for them. Simultaneously, if there is any issue, they can tackle it down simultaneously at the minimum expense of time. That is the second issue. And the third issue that the international student face is the lack of opportunity and the engagement, because even I have read all the HSC website over the programs and what are the events they have. Like there is a master PhD program, but its deadline is just 15th September. Means after you came here on the 1st September, you just have 2 weeks to prepare yourself. That's not enough for applying for that such prestigious program. And that's why most of the Russian got selected for that program. So what I'm trying to do is that we can create a bi-monthly webinar to inform the student. Yeah, we have 10 seconds. Yeah, we can create a bi-monthly webinar program where we can talk about this programs and events. Yeah, that's all.
Great. So, and yeah, as far as I see, the last one is Johir. Please take the floor.
Yep, thanks. I think the main problem with the interaction job, I mean that in our university, it's like there is 2 communities, English speaking and Russian speaking. There is no feeling like we are one big family. I think that's why it's so hard to adapt for foreign people, and also that's why it's so hard to overcome the phenomenon that we call cultural shock. I think we should involve in all these cultural events, activities, not only English-speaking community, but also Russian students, because we should be like closer to each other in order to be that support that foreign people must have. I think it's a big problem of all this system that we work only with foreign students. I think the key to this problem is that we should work with all people. It's like, for me, it was like mind-blowing information that for foreign students we have CISA, not like the ordinary student council, and that's why I'm so upset. Thanks.
Gotcha. Thanks a lot. So yeah, as far as I see, yeah, every one of you had a chance to discuss the first question, and the second one is, I guess, also quite important. The thing is that one of the ideas of why student council actually exists is that it has to help some other, in this case, international students with their problems. Probably, they have some difficulties in adaptation or in studying process or something, or in dorms, in a new sphere, So the thing is that there are quite many international students at the university, and quite often they are quite separate. So the question is how you are going to stay in touch with your voters, how you are going to be in contact with them, have an understanding which problems they face and so on. So probably you have some ideas on how to communicate with them in a proper way. So please elaborate these ideas, and I guess the first one could be Eugenia, probably. Again, 2 minutes, by the way, sorry, if you're speaking, we can't hear you. You have, switched off the microphone.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you so much. So I think that for me, it's basically about three things that we can all do to stay in touch with voters or other students, right? And luckily, we are all young people, so everyone is on social media, one way or the other. So it could be through Instagram post, it could be through even Telegram post, it could be through TikTok, anything. So this is going to be through the university's social media channels. First of all, we have to make sure that it reaches everyone. Everyone is joining the channels, and then they can get information through these channels. Secondly, I feel that organizing regular meetings with the student body can also help to get in touch face to face, like hearing people talk about what their concerns are. And then the other way around, also sharing the information we have for voters. So for me, is organizing regular meetings, probably maybe every 2 weeks. And then maybe some online meetings that could be weekly. And then also making use of the university's social media platforms in order to share information to a larger group, those who are not able to attend regular meetings. And then also, I think that it's important for us to keep following up on ongoing conversations, right? So it doesn't end when the meeting has ended. We keep following up, keep checking up to see if somebody else has an opinion they want to share. Did somebody get solutions based on the meetings we had? Just following up constantly to see how people are affected by the meetings we are organizing. So that is for me, 3 things I think we can do to keep in touch with voters.
Great, thanks. Then probably Ranjit, take the floor.
Yes, thank you, Daria. I think Eugenia has already taken the point that I would like to highlight. I think it's a great, today we live in a very quick times, and I think creating a Telegram group where everybody can join and contribute in the group with their ideas, including all the council members and all the international students. I think that's a great way to share ideas and stay connected. Apart from that, I also agree that we should have a meeting once in a while. I'm not sure. I think weekly would be too demanding considering our lifestyle, our work, studies, and we have other priorities. However, once in a while meeting that we can all agree should be beneficial for all the international students. Apart from that, I think we can host a monthly meeting program in person if virtual is not effective. I think that's another way to stay connected with all the international students, and conducting other kinds of activities or events where we can all meet and stay connected, share our ideas. So events is another way we can all have fun, learn about each other, share ideas, and at the same time solve our issues. So I think these are the way we can stay connected and work on the issues that our members have. Thank you.
Great, thanks a lot. Then Ramadan, probably it's your turn.
Well, thank you very much once again. And the 2 previous speakers have almost said everything, but I would just come up with 2 other things maybe that they didn't mention. And I think given the fact that the representative of the international students will be sitting, do you remember the where we had a meeting from last time?
Yeah.
Yeah. From that office, if we could maybe sort of familiarize it to make students familiarize themselves that venue and tell them that maybe, or you apportion, I would apportion myself sometime, like maybe in the course of the week or days or something, and say that I would be available on such and such a day or such and such moments or such and such times, such that when you have time, you can come over and talk to me. Because some people, especially people who are facing human rights challenges are very, very sensitive with their issues, and they really wish to be addressed in a sort of private, private platforms. And I would have, given also the nature of my training in human rights, also have it would also be a very good place for me to handle such matters from there. Then also I think still going through organizing meetings and events at the university, workshops and town hall meetings and all that would help out in reaching out to students and help hear from them and try to harmonize on some issues and addressing their problems and all that. So basically, I would like to stop there because most of the things that have actually mentioned, like creating WhatsApp platforms and Telegram groups and making good use of the university emails and reach out to, actually the university email would be the best because it reaches out to almost
Yeah,
every
sorry, you have like a few minutes to finish. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Then probably Bayan, you can take the floor. The next one.
Okay. So in my opinion, also one of the effective ways to stay connected to students and to the international community is to make use of the ISN, International Student Network, that already exists. I think it would be, if I had also known about this earlier, it would have been a lot better because they organize quite often like tandems where they can where students can gather together and exchange language and just hang out. Sometimes they organize some trips, so it also gives students the chance to go outside of Moscow and see what Russia actually is, because when you're an international student and when you're young, you want to integrate yourself into the environment that you're in and to kind of make use out of it. And it also gives you the chance to make friendships, make meaningful friendships and connections with it. So I think also collaborating with the ISN and HAC Travel and such, integrating our activities with theirs and introducing students to them would be really, really nice. And also attending events, international events, for example, and making international events, like the HSC Unity Fest, for example. When I participated in that with the Arab Club, it was so much fun. I got to know so many people. And it wasn't only international people, Russian students came as well, and we all talked to each other. It was really, really fun. So I think having stuff like that is important as well.
Thanks a lot. That's great. Then probably Sarim, you could be the next one.
Yeah, thank you so much. Basically, yeah, we have discussed sort of similar things regarding this. But I would like to point out and put forward one thing. So when you talk about problems and when you talk about solutions, we need to think about the resource. What resource do I have in my hand? So yeah, there's a lot to do, but we have some time constraints. We have a limited time. We cannot do everything. So what my plan regarding this is that I'm going to target two segments. The first one is International Student Network. Obviously, through International Student Network, I can get to know the international students. Secondly is national clubs. The national clubs of different nationalities of different countries are the one who can provide us with the pulse of the students. They can update us the current problems that the students are facing. So that would be my second source of information. And the third would be creating a line of information and a line of contact. And that line of contact can be through, number one, the suggestion that one of my colleagues gave was to designate a certain place as a representative place of the Council of International Students Association, and using the social media, obviously, to reach the students. So these are some of my suggestions in my plans that I think would be really effective in the time that we have. Yeah, thank you.
That's great. Thanks a lot. Yeah, then Harjit, probably you can take the floor.
Yeah, from my perspective, the integral way to engage with the international student through the email campaign from both sides. Because if we are not sending them the emails, then they are not going to respond us back, and they will be hesitate in sharing the problem, because what is the issue when we are having a problem is to find who to look after. And even we have a Telegram group of international students, but the participation is quite low in comparison of the statistics provided by the HSC, that is 5,000 international students is studying right now in HSC. So I believe the email campaign will be good, like sending up me email twice a week, or in 2 weeks one email. That will be good for, so they can engage and share the problem. And secondary is that by contacting with and establishing contact with the national groups, because they have, you can say, a sort of leadership in their own arenas, and they could assist us better with the ongoing problem within their own circles. And with connecting with those the leaders of those national clubs, we could assimilate better and able to solve it, or solve it out before the problem escalate. Because problems are, there are multiple problems, but we don't have a source to look after that. Who should we look after apart from the administration? Like, if you lost the document, you have to contact the passport officer. That's correct. But what is the intermediary thing? That, yeah, I contacted the passport manager, but then how I will going to get to retrieve my documents or get the new one? We have to look after the who we know, but there is no particular body, even in the student council, who we can engage. Even if there is, we don't know it is. So we have to engage with that. So the individual know that, yeah, there is someone who can assist us in those trouble whenever the trouble come, and sort it out apart from the administration. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, great. Thanks a lot. So Amir, probably you want to be the next one.
Hello. So
Yeah.
I think establish and or expand support networks such as student council need to that international student can be provided platforms for sharing and experiences for their experiences and addressing common issues they are facing. The student council also need to actively present the needs and the concern of international student within the university administration. And their most important, I would emphasize, is a cultural integration initiative, encouraging native students to organize culture exchange event and diversity workshop to facilitate interaction between international and local students. This could be promote cross-cultural understanding and support networks. So this is a student council job to convince a native student to step forward for international student. This.
Got you. Thanks a lot. Then probably Jawahir, you want to be the next one, don't you?
Yep. I can be the next one. I thought about it, and I think the best my idea is to make a Telegram group where I can add all our electorate. Then I'm gonna add people, friends from my faculty, from my educational program, then friends from my dorm. I mean, it's a it's a good idea in order to make this safe space where we can hang out together, where we can talk, and everybody. I want that everybody will comfortable there. It's like I'm gonna be like a small bridge between English speaking community and Russian speaking community. I think we should have more these kind of informal like chats, places where we can just post something and say, hey guys, I just got 10. Yep. And everybody will say, yeah. That's why I don't think that maybe channels will be good. I think group. This is my main idea, and I'm gonna provide all the information if the electorate will choose me. Yep, thanks.
Great, perfect timing. Thanks a lot. And I guess Bakari, you could be the last one. Yeah, to finish this discussion.
All right, thank you very much. One thing first that we need to work on is to make sure that the international student know that there is such group of people that could talk to us on our behalf. So that means first we need to make sure that there is a popularity on what we are doing, because if you don't know there is something for you, then you cannot use it. So when we get them to know that there is something like this, we also need to make sure that they know who can we reach out to. So in knowing who to reach out to, we should also put the pedigree of the people that they can reach out to understand the languages that they know, so that it will be easier for them to communicate. Not every international student that comes to Russia speaks English. You understand? Some of them speaks different languages. Some they don't even know English. So it is very, very important for us to compile the people that are in this group, their pedigree, what they can do, and then send it to international students through either their mail or through channels, and also put in their details, their contacts, so that they can, okay, you can reach Mr. X on X, or we can meet Salim or Eugenia on Y. So it will be easier for them to communicate, because when they have those options, they will be able to reach out to us. So that brings me back to us communicating what we can do, what we can offer, and how best they could contact us in order for us to able to work with them on this. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks a lot. So yeah, as far as I see, each of you had a chance to discuss this question. So now we have the part of asking questions to each other. So if you have some questions, it's the time to signalize about that. So does anyone does anyone want to suggest a question to another candidate? I guess there are no questions. Fine. About the broadcasting, we actually.
Hello, I have some questions.
Okay, then you have a minute to ask a question, and the one who will be responding this question will have 2 minutes to answer. So ask the question.
Yes, first, once again, my name is Isiko Ramadan, and there are a couple of candidates there who mentioned that they're in their second year of study, right? I have a belief that I strongly believe that when you're finishing your academic studies, you have limited time to get committed to this leadership, because this leadership will demand a lot. And also students, because I believe people who are in their second year are now busy preparing for after school now. They're busy preparing for applying for jobs out there, because this is a leadership that needs a presence until sometime in October or September next year. So finishing school in May next year would sort of like kill the whole thing along the way. Guys also in their second year of study also may lack long-term vision for this initiative, because of
it's time to finish your question.
Because they're in the transitional period for their final year, because they're now preparing for the final phase of their year. They may not concentrate that much. Leave alone concentrate, but they're finishing in May. This is a leadership that needs presence until September, October, December next year. So I think it would be like a joke, really. It would be like comedy, mockery. So I think it would even be like a criteria that someone who's finishing who's remaining the one semester to finish school should not contest.
Sorry. I guess we have more or less understood the question. So as far as I see, the main question is to those of you guys who are currently finishing studying. So the question is, will you be able to participate actively in the life of the student council? So unfortunately, I don't really remember who certainly of you is those second year students of master programs or something. So probably some of you wants to start. So does anyone of you want to answer the question of Ishiko about about the ability to participate actively? Like as far as I remember, Bakari, you are from the second year student of the masters.
The question from hello, are you hearing me first?
Yeah. You have 2 minutes to
All
answer.
right. Could have called out somebody and then asked them the question. That way, it will be easier to answer you. But since it's a general question, so I'm going to answer your question. Number one, you said it's going to be a mockery. Nobody would want to join this kind of an organization if you do not believe that you are going to be a plus. Because if you ask me myself, if anybody asks me, okay, what do you think about the people in this group? I will tell you that I believe 100% if any of them is given the position, they are going to do it the very best of their ability, because you won't nominate yourself, you won't bring yourself to the spotlight if you do not believe that you are going to bring in a positive impact or you are going to contribute to the betterment of the organization. That's my belief. Saying the second part is academics year do not finish in May at HSE, at least end of June. And we've all seen that even students graduate at HSC, they are still in the school system until August to early September. So that does not negate that they could still do this work. All right. And the second part of the question was about them thinking about their futures and other stuff. I believe that if I have 1 second of doubt that I won't be able to participate 100% in anything, I will not. Daria, you could remember our conversations before I submit this application, because I believe that I could be a plus, and never doubt my commitment to anything that I put myself up for. I am actually disappointed
like
that
you have the last 15 seconds here to finish.
Thank you.
That's it. So any other questions probably?
I have the question actually.
Yeah.
Question to everybody. How have you helped the international student community before the CISA? Yep. How does it spelled?
Oh yeah, it's CISA basically. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yep. Thanks.
Yes, I would like a question. If I'm not wrong, he asked, how did we help international students? Is that right?
I guess, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
All right. Now that's a very interesting question. We being international student ourselves, so we are going to answer, how did we help ourselves? But anyways, we have, I think we have all been here for a while now, and in this time that we've spent in Moscow or Russia, we had many chances where we needed help, and we can put ourselves in that situation. When we needed help, somebody helped us, and we should return the favor back to the community in the same way. Now, I'm not here to count what did I do and how did I do, but just to make it precise, I will assure you that whatever help I could, and whatever help I could give to the community of international students, I have done. Now, let me illuminate some of the points. First, I've helped them during the time of financial needs, and that's one of the major concern if you're an international student. If you have got the free dorm, it's great, but if you do not have dorm, live-in place would be another major problem. And there are times that we will not get an apartment just because we're non-Russians. And let's accept it, that is the truth. If you haven't experienced it, welcome to the club. You will experience it once in a while, or you will definitely experience it in the future. And the same goes for work. You try to go get some job and you will be told the same thing. So I have helped one of my friend. He was again from Pakistan. He worked in a store that was owned by an Indian, and I was the person who put them together. That's how I've helped them. Apart from that, there was a student from Algeria. He did not have a blazer, or let's say suit, to get to the diploma celebration. I loaned him my suit. So I think that's the best I could do for my fellow students and for my colleagues here. Thank you.
Great, thanks a lot. Bakari, do you want to answer to or put a question?
Yes, I would like to answer his question. Since the start of this academic year, I could say, with full confidence that I have helped more than 12 international students. I have picked about 9 from the airport myself. And these students are from different countries, from China, Taiwan, Gambia, Nigeria, and Kenya. All right. And I help them to get registered at their dorms. I help them with their visa registration. I also went with them to Sahara to do medicals, to also do fingerprinting. And I have helped about 4 African students to get part-time job with Burger King and other places. So these are some of the things that I have done from September to now and keep on doing. And there are other stuff that I would not like to talk about because as the president of the African students, there are other things that, comes at a personal level, which I would not like to share. Thank you.
Yeah, great. Thanks a lot. And Sarim, you want to answer too? Do you?
Yeah, I would like to, sorry, I would just like to respond. I think all of us who are here, or most of us, would have played some role, maybe not now, but in their past university experiences. So, and there must be a source of motivation to do something. So if they are sitting here, they must have the experience and they must have the motivation, and at least they must have the experience of the problems. And that's why they are here, to solve the problem. As far as I am concerned, it's been 3 months. And during these 3 months, everybody is mostly about concerned about their studies, about the documentation, about just getting good grades. But I'm sitting here and running for the elections, and that shows that, yeah, there is something that I'm concerned about. And as far as how many national students I've helped, well, not directly, but indirectly, I have worked with the External Affairs Committee of the Student Council, and you better know that. And I'm also working as a volunteer with the International Admissions Office. So these are the 2 things that I've already done, and this would be the 3rd one, hopefully, the CISA, the Council of National Students Association.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Eugenia, you have also raised the hand. You want to answer to, yeah?
Yes, I do. So, just add up to what the others have just said. I think that one way or the other, we have all done something in our own little way to help each other as international students. And I always say that you have to brighten the corner where you are first in order to move to a bigger picture. So for me, most of my help would probably be around or centered around African students, because of course that is a community I found myself in. So whatever I can do for my neighbors, whatever I can do for my friends, my colleagues, my classmates, that is sharing information, giving someone directions, maybe going somewhere with another person just to show them where this building is, or even answering questions on our Telegram channels when people post them, one way or the other, I believe is a help that I have given personally. And also like responding to calls by the institution itself. So HSC can call out for maybe let's organize this event to bring together international students. Most people would say we are busy with classes or we are busy with work, we cannot make it. But then, of course, some of us would try to put ourselves out there because we want to put the community together. So I would say that in my own small way, always responding to the call of what can we do to help international students? We are organizing this event. Can you take part? I always want to put myself out there in order to put the community forward. I recently joined the volunteers team that was organized by HSC, and I think it's going to help other international students probably from next year who are coming in. So like sharing information, admission process, giving directions, I'm on this page. So I think one way or the other, we are all here because we care about our fellow international students and we are doing something in our own little way to help.
Great, perfect timing. Yeah, thanks a lot. So I guess, yeah, the answer was quite full and there were quite a lot of answers, basically. Yeah, so are there any other questions or yeah, we can turn to something else? Okay, so probably there are no. Unfortunately, as far as I see, there are also no questions at the chat of the well, yeah, broadcasting. Yeah, but still, it was great to yeah, have this time today with you guys, and I guess now you have like a minute to well, yeah, well, yeah, for your final speech, I guess. Yeah, so once again about why people have to elect you. And what you are going to do. Yeah, so about a minute. And I guess we can start with Jawahir, probably you.
Yep, I have a short final speech. I just want to thank everyone for participating. The foreign community must stay like strong and together. I think that's why so important. All people that gathered today. I'm really so proud that I can be the part of that community. To be honest, my distribution to our community of international students, it's not so big, but I think it's not a problem. Reason why I'm here today. Yep, I just want to thank everyone for their ideas and that they want to help other people. That's why I still believe that we can change this world. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you too. So probably Bayan, you can be the next one.
So as like a final word, also I would like to thank everyone for participating and being here. All their ideas were very they hit the core of international student problems. So I really appreciate that. It shows true concern over our fellow international students that are studying now and that will join later on. For me personally, I would like to be in the council to help other people as well, to, you know, for them to be able to share their concerns and to be able to do something about it, and also be there for our fellow Arab students, since I'm in the Arab club. I think it would be really nice to, you know, have someone from the Arab club in the council so that we can also like help solve their problems, or like just to get them around and to introduce them that they're not alone, that they have a community there, and so goes for everyone else. So yeah,
Thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, so Bakari, probably you would be the next one.
Yeah, thank you very much. I would like to take a different approach. I believe that everybody here getting the vote would do a wonderful job for the International Student Council. I think bringing yourself out in the very first place is very, very commendable. So I want to tell the student that giving your vote to any person in this forum is a win for everyone. And I would like to particularly vouch for somebody here. Since the start of the academic year, I had the privilege of working with Eugenia for the African students, and every time that she is called upon, she always delivered. And I want to ask that the international student to vote for her because she's somebody that I particularly know would always get your back. Like she would always represent you. So please, if you're going to vote for any other person, I think she is a great candidate for you to consider. Thank you very much.
Yeah, again, perfect timing. Thanks a lot. So probably Amiek, you can take the floor.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, so one of the key reason why I am running for this position is that I have dedication to represent diverse voice of student body. I committed to ensure that every student, regardless background or nationality or belief, feel valued and heard. I prioritize inclusivity and work tirelessly to address specific need and concern for all students, including to international community. My experience positioned me to be an effective member of student council. I also want to involve in various student initiative created by student council if needs. And furthermore, I recognize the challenges of international student face. I am dedicating to implement initiative that foster more supportive and welcome environment for all of us and prospective students also. I will actively work to enhance language support and culture and integration program that assess the resources and smooth transition for international students. Thank you very much.
Yeah, great. Thanks a lot. So probably Ramadan Nisiko, would you like to be the next one?
Well, first of all, I would like to say that having listened to all the candidates here, I'm amazed. People listening to brilliant ideas and the passion with which they want to serve the international students. I think everyone here has the potential really to serve, and it's now upon the students really choose whom they would wish to vote to. And as someone who's passionate about gender equality, I think it would really be nice to serve with a lady because I'm seeing two brilliant ladies here also. So it would really be nice having a lady part of the team. And well, final about the my intent. Like I said earlier, I'm running because I would like to ensure that first of all, my candidature is premised on ensuring inclusive policies and support for international students and to enhance diversity and cultural exchange, strengthen academic excellence, global networking.
Sorry. Few seconds to finish, yeah.
Yeah, and to enhance on reputation and internationalization of yeah. Thank you so much. And like I said, we all the guys here have got the potential really to be good leaders. Bakari, Eugenia, the other guys that I don't know, I didn't get their names quite well. And so thank you so much for the time.
Yeah, thank you too. Yeah, so probably Ranjit, would you like to be the next one?
Yes, thank you, Daria. Well, I want to thank everybody on the panel for being here, and I'm sure the passion that they have shown today, they will continue. I would also like to appeal to the fellow students to listen to my points again, and if my points and if points that I've mentioned in my manifesto reflects with your point of view, I would also appeal you to form a coalition with me to ensure that the international students' concerns are addressed. This is not versus international student versus Russian or African versus Asian or Russian. It's all about us, including me and everybody on this panel. So thank you for being here, and thank you for your enthusiasm, your passion. And I would again appeal to you to come join my hands and work together for the international students. Thank you.
Thank you too. Yeah, so there are 2 guys left. Yeah, so Eugenia, probably you would like to be the next one.
So I'd like to say thank you to everyone that made it today to this panel for this discussion. Of course, I would have loved to mention everyone's name, but it will take time because I have just a minute. So I just want to say thank you so much for all your great ideas. I wish we could all come together, even with or without votes, to keep pushing this mandate. And I'd like to also say thank you to Bakari for saying those nice words, because I'm very passionate about things when I start. So I just don't want to give up. And I feel like I'm bringing the same vigor to this council if I'm elected into that position. So I just want to say to our voters, to our fellow international students, that you need somebody who can always get your back, somebody who can identify with your pain, somebody who can identify with your struggles, and that person can project that onto the council. And probably, maybe, I will be the best person, or one of us here, because we are all equally qualified and we are all motivated. That is why we are here on a Sunday afternoon to have this discussion. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you too. It was brilliant. And yes, Reem, yeah, you have an honor to finish our discussion.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. And one thing that I would like to say is that it's not about I for me. It's more about we for us. So this is important because most of us would be in the same council, working together side by side. And in my last note, I would like to mention that we might not be able to solve all the problems. I mean, everything that we have mentioned, it's not humanly possible. So let's do one thing. Let's create an atmosphere. Let's create an environment where people help each other, where students help each other, where peer-to-peer help takes place. And let's leave the legacy for our juniors to follow and be proud of. And I wish you good luck to everybody. And it was really nice to be part of this panel discussion. Thank you to you as well. It was really nice. It was really nice listening to the views of all of them. And I hope to see them in near future as well. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, it was brilliant, yeah, to see you all here, to listen to a different point of view. You're awesome, and thanks a lot for yeah, running for these elections. Hopefully you will yeah, have success, and yeah, you'll have a productive work in the next year if you will be elected. Hopefully you will be elected. Yeah, so thanks a lot for coming here. Hopefully it was well, yeah, some kind of useful for you. Yeah, so good luck at the session week, and have a good Sunday, basically. Yeah, thanks a lot, and goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daria. Thank you, everybody. Good Sunday. Goodbye for now. See you soon.